You're gonna come up in here and give a bad review of one of my favourite books. I'm gonna review your review. Beat that. Well, I hope they don't review my review of their review. Oh, this could become a bit cat and mouse, couldn't it? Please note that this is all a joke. I love the opinions of all the people that gave these 1-star ratings. Hello, me again, welcome to my channel. So I have been reading a rather popular Bookstagram / BookTok book, but I'm struggling. It's not my cup of tea. And the video I was supposed to be filming today was a review of said book, which I'm not naming at this stage because I still have hope it'll get better. But I haven't finished it. It's taking a lifetime. It's, yeah, I'm not even close. But reading this book got me thinking about 1-star reviews and how awkward it would be to have to give this trending, super popular book a 1-star review. What if I offend someone? Then I thought, well, in preparation, why not look up the 1-star reviews of some of my favourite books, just to get me amped, get me pre-offended, ready to strike. So I did that about 3 days ago, and I've stopped crying, as you can see. Dry eyes. Look, quite frankly, they were horrible, but that's showbiz, baby. But some of them were so hectic that I thought other people should hear these. They're missing out. And yeah, I did get a little riled up, and I thought, you know what? What the heck? I'm gonna rate these 1-star reviews. And here we are. That's what's happening today. So, some of them are actually just excerpts of reviews because the reviews were longer than the book in some cases. So let's get into it. Secret Life of Bees by Sue Monk Kidd. Average Goodreads rating 4.07. Hooray. However, 19,871 people gave it 1 star. And here's the highlights reel. Please note that if I put on a voice while reading any of these reviews, that's just because I'm feeling a little theatrical today, and it's not actually how I think these reviewers sound in real life. Such a waste of beautiful prose and bee allegories. I suspect that even the bees would be offended. Oh, I'm spinning around. That's not even me doing that. See ya. And so would Black Mary. If you just kick out Lily and the events relating to her, then the novel would be absolutely enchanting. Well, you can't kick the main character out, then you'd probably be complaining that there's no plot. P.S. Although this has nothing to do with the book's real story, I must mention that I find bees very interesting. It was in 10th grade that I learnt about the waggle dance method that the bees used for communicating, so I found the tidbit of information about bees before every chapter. You found it what? Bit of a cliffhanger? The bee song was amazing too, but no extra star for those. Well, this review started reasonably strong, but ultimately I think they let their interest in bees take over and the point was lost. 2 stars. I found this book abandoned in a public place and picked it up. Mistake. Wish I could go back in time. Yak! Whole lot of saccharine melodramatics centered on this whole female mysticism get up in the South. I will never understand. I haven't got a problem with vaginas. They're great. I have just never felt any kind of hokey spiritual earth mother connection because of mine. Overall, a little chaotic, and the point about vaginas wasn't fully developed, so 2 stars. This book was tasteless and an anthem to all the mediocre books harping on the lives of minorities in tough times. While occasionally there's a diamond in the rough, this book was no more than a burnt out piece of charcoal. So mean. Well, I think the review flowed reasonably well. Strong metaphorical imagery. 4 stars. The Secret Life of Bees is a cliched soap opera, the sort of book that would provoke rave responses at book clubs composed of mostly bored housewives. It's bold, but reasonably thought-provoking. Ultimately offensive to housewives. I myself am not a housewife. That's not relevant. 1 star. Reading this book made me feel like I was thrown into a pool of honey and left to slowly agonizingly drown in its sickly sweetness. Decent show me don't tell me, really painted a picture. Probably a little overkill on the adjectives, so 2 stars. I'm picking this up again out of desperation. It's pretty bad. So they're choosing to read it again. but they're not happy about it. Mixed messages, but demonstrates open-mindedness and a willingness to change. 3 stars. Right, that's enough of Secret Life of Bees, I think. I'm rather offended, and it's time to move on. So next we have Little Woman by Louisa May Alcott. The average rating for this book was 4.12 stars out of 5. Pretty good. And there were 40,336 one-star reviews. My camera fell off the thing. As it is prominently placed on the 1001 books list, I thought, what the hell, I'll give it a go. Man oh man, what an epic snooze fest. Less than 20 pages in, I could feel my mind slowly shutting down. Was it through boredom, or was I entering a diabetic coma because of the saccharine overload created by the sickly sweet world of Margaret, Jo, Beth and Amy? Anyways, with voice succumbing to said coma, I threw the book as far away from me as I could, then chucked a blanket over it to ensure I wouldn't be affected by the mind-numbing dullness being exuded from between the covers. I know that I risk howls of outrage at this lambasting of a much-loved classic, but this ticked no boxes for me. I am clearly dead inside. Good use of rhetorical questions. However, they unfortunately used the wrong affected. It should have been affected, so the whole thing fell apart for me there. 1 star. I'm too old for this shit. Punchy and unexpected. Got a bit of a laugh. 3 stars. Warning, this one contains some spoilers. I hate this book. I hate this book. This book is insipid. This book makes me feel like I need a trip to the dentist after merely looking at the cover. I hate this book. I hate Jo and her supposed tomboyishness and the fact that she is almost flat and dull, the most flat and dull and stupid character I've ever come across. I hate Amy because she's a vapid idiot who contributes nothing to the story. I hate Meg, even though I don't remember anything about her. I hate Beth more than them all combined because she's so holy and meek and perfect, and then she goes and dies, except in the versions where she doesn't and everyone loves her even more afterwards. Excuse me while I retch. Why must this book be so vomitous? It even starts off in this fashion. Let us give our dinner to the poor because we are so wonderful. F off, just F off. If there was ever such a saintly family, I hope I never meet them. My boyfriend's diabetic and we must watch his blood sugar levels. Camera fell off the thing again. This one, very hateful and offensive. 1 star. There are no actual little women in this book, all regular sized women. Title is misleading. 0 out of 10 would not read again. Well, this person appears to be taking the opportunity to make a joke rather than review the actual book. I think I've heard that joke before. However, the review was succinct and to the point, which is more than we can say for some of the other ones. 2 stars. I love the 2019 film, but I literally hated the book. I am so sorry. Lured us in with a positive comment, then ripped the rug out from under us in the middle there, and then apologised for it. You don't need to apologise for your opinions. 2 stars. And lastly, we have The Life of Pi. Average rating 3.93 out of 5 on Goodreads. Not as good, but still good. And 49,848 people gave it 1 star. There's a spoiler in this first one. Once, while riding the bus, I told a friend I hated this book. A guy I'd never met turned around to tell me that he was shocked and this was a beautiful book. I can sum up my hatred of this book by saying this. At the end of the book, a character asks, "Do you prefer the story with animals or without?" I can say with conviction I prefer the story without the animals, the stupid, boring, symbolic animals. Oh, I mean, there's really nothing boring about a hyena, zebra, orangutan and a Bengal tiger called Richard Parker in a life raft. I'd say that's one of the least boring things that there is. Thank you very much. I do like that she rides the bus though, so that's 1 extra star, so 1 star. I hated this book so much that I can't even talk about why. No, I actually think this is quite a good one. Doesn't beat around the bush. 3 stars. Just as a side note, I'm aware that my rating and comments are inconsistent. I'm sorry. I know there's deep metaphorical meaning in this book. I know it's multi-layered, terribly clever, spiritual, evocative, beautifully written, all that. I hated it. No, hang on. I still hate it. No past tense. I don't even know why I hate it so much. I simply do. Don't take this as a recommendation to read or not to read. I'm simply venting my feelings towards the book. Well, this one was a bit perplexing. It starts with a glowing list of compliments about the book, and then flips it on its head with the "I hated it," stumbles around for a while, gets confused about the tenses, then says they're not recommending it. I think it might be a good review. 4 stars. Pretentious nonsense. The more I think back on reading this book, the less I like it. I did not enjoy this book at all. I wish I read it with a tiger around. I wish the tiger had eaten me. I think the story was bad. I think the writing was worse. It was just a bit dramatic and insensitive to people who have been eaten by tigers. Trite and sententious epigrammatic observations, an artificial and annoying sense of wonder, symbolism that doesn't work, and it's about 314 pages too long. So I'm just checking how many pages it actually is. 428. Thought they were making a joke and they were going to say how many pages it actually is, to imply that the book shouldn't exist. Seems like a missed opportunity. Oh, there's more. Tiger, speaking rote, to a cretin in a boat. What pretentious writer's eye dared frame this a synonymity? 5 stars. I could stop simply by saying that this might be the most overrated book ever written, but why stop at overrated when there are so many better, more deserving adjectives to use when discussing Life of Pi? Repugnant, vacuous, immoral, psychophantic, and, at all times, overbearing and preachy. In case that leaves you wondering to some degree as to what my real feelings are towards the book, I'll rejoin simply by saying that this is a stupid book written for stupid people who upon finishing will subconsciously pat themselves on the back for being so mindlessly subservient to the author's wishes. Well, they called me stupid, but also there was a word in there that I couldn't pronounce, so that one hit home. I think I'll leave it there actually. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe below if you had a good time, and I will see you on the flip.